Hello.
Hi, I'm Marjorie from FandomWire. Ladies, how are you today?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, I'm good. Congratulations on the season finale. I always love to geek out with actors about locations of filming because, Middle Earth. What can you not love about this incredible universe? It's so beautiful. So I was wondering what location, what set had the biggest impact on you in season two?
Biggest impact. Definitely the store village for me because
Yeah.
that was just beyond anything I could have imagined. And it was truly the designer, Christian took us around and gave us a little set tour, and it was so amazing. Everything is so specifically placed, and there's so much intention there, and it just truly was an extraordinary experience filming there.
I
Yeah.
think for me, it was we both filmed in Tenerife in the Canary Islands on opposite sides of the island. She was on the desert sort of area, and we were more sort of in the coast. And I just think, when you get really sort of connected to the land, I mean, we have these beautiful sets, but we also have locations where you're in the middle of the forest, you're staring out into the ocean. And I just think as human beings and how we relate to nature and the elements, like, it's almost like no acting required. You're staring out at the ocean, there's something that's happening, there's some exchange. So I felt really lucky to get to, have those days where we literally just had, the ocean, and it felt like Numenor. It felt like
Yeah.
being on the coast of the island of Numenor. It was magical.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe the trial by the sea must have been quite incredible to film that scene. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was basically what that location filming exclusively was for. It was just for that. And, it took us 3 days just to get the exterior and do that sequence. But, I also have funny memories. We're always trying to, be as safe as we can on the show. And there were sort of like waves, like, crashing up on the rocks. And so every time waves would start to come in, we'd all have to run away from the edge. So we are standing, all serious, and then someone would be like, wait, and we'd all have to like run off, like in the middle of the scene. So it was very elemental. And then of course, when I sort of, make it out of the sea and I sort of, win this trial,
Yeah.
someone just comes with a bucket of water and throws it on you.
Yeah.
Action. So there's like all the movie magic, and
Things
then
you
there's
don't
just the
see.
old school stuff that, yeah, sometimes it's just a bucket of water thrown on
You
you.
can also like imagine how serious that person's face is, just like needing to get that right.
Yeah, but we have, as hard as we work, we have a lot of fun as
Yeah.
well.
It truly is movie magic. There's so much time in between filming because I believe that you filmed season two in 21, 22, I think. Or
22,
20, 20, no, no,
23.
22,
22,
Yeah,
23.
23. I keep forgetting it's 24 now.
No,
so do we.
so do we.
Yeah. So I was wondering, how do you plug back into your characters? How do you tap in again in your characters? Is it a costumes? Is it, a certain type of prop or the location as we said before?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's what you said. It's a combination of all of those things. It's the props, it's the costumes, it's the makeup, it's the sets, it's everything. It's music. It all kind of helps. And I've said this before, but I think it's also really about that space that I have to fill in my brain about what Nori has been through in between season one and season two, and make sure that it's really grounded in her reality. So focusing on that and then having the support of the directors and the showrunners and fellow castmates, it all helps kind of bring the story to life.
Yeah, I think when we all see each other, especially once we're sort of in the setting with all the external costumes, hair, makeup, it just returns to you. And maybe it's never left you. It's sort of, these characters are
Yeah.
always there, sort of
Mm-mm.
percolating in the background. For me as well, it's also the voice, it's the dialect, our dialect coach Leith, who sort of works with all of us.
Mm.
It's sort of my sort of entry point. It's the first place in some ways for me. And then, of course, working with Luca Mosca, our incredible costume designer. Those fittings start very early, so they have all the time they need to sort of craft and create these pieces. So, yeah, but it's truly like a collective. There's a lot of us all trying to make one character, you need, many, many, many people.
It takes a village. as we say.
Truly.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a question specifically for you, Cynthia, because I was wondering, what do you feel, what's on your mind when you read the script and you see how brave Myriel is? Because I mean, I cannot like at the end of the season, I was like, no, what's happening to her again? I don't want her to be left behind. And so I was wondering, do you still get surprised? And for you as well, Markella, do you guys still just get surprised when you read the script and you're like, well, that character is just amazing to play. I cannot wait to see what's next, basically.
Yeah, I love being surprised. I mean, I often think I wish I were that brave. I'm not as brave as Miriel. I get to be when I'm playing her, but you know, the showrunners have this sort of heavy task of they've got to really lay out all of these threads and from the beginning of the season to the end, sort of get us to these endpoints and do it in a really graceful way. And we also have a lot of conversation. I mean, you know, sometimes you're reading a script and you feel like, you know, I feel like there's still something here that I want to sort of consider or explore. You know, again, the showrunners really, they set the sort of the roadmap out. But I think we're all fighting for the integrity of our characters because we care so much. And so we need to feel like we can sort of believe the choices that these characters make without straying from the lore. But we all care deeply, and there's a lot of conversation to sort of get our characters to where they ultimately go.
Well, thank you for giving me the wrap. I have so many questions for you, but congratulations on this season. I cannot wait to see the next one. Thank you so much for joining
Thank you.
me today,
Thank
ladies.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you soon. Bye.
Goodbye.